I am the Edison phonograph. The more you become acquainted with me, the better you will like me. Ask the dealer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Behind me you're going to see something kind of interesting. You're going to see people dressed up in World War II attire. Why is that? Because we are here at the World War II Era Ball in Boulder, Colorado. And we're in the middle of an air raid right now. I'm going to flip the camera around. As you can hear, we got Bob Hope up on the stage.
Which was designated as merely the L-17. Now, 83 of these were built by the Ryan aircraft. There it goes. It has a maximum speed of 173 miles per hour.
Is talking through the different airplanes that are flying by right now. And let's see if we can get a couple on camera.
Now those planes we just saw take off, the one that was
there goes one.
That yellow one. That airplane is being flown by Mr. Tom Berlin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Navy on L-17. They have love that. They produced nearly 1,500 horsepower with a maximum takeoff weight of 12,000.
Możemy się your memories.
He's gonna build it for me.
Excuse me?
Here would be familiar with, maybe you know Fats Domino's version of it. But you can keep in mind that Glenn had the first big hit on it. Here's Blueberry Hill.
1940s World War II ball in Boulder, Colorado, up here at the Boulder Airport. This is a yearly event, very special. I am here on an all-access backstage pass, and we are in the midst of a intermission up here. So I thought I'd give you a little tour and show you some cool stuff. Trying to shoot the entire concert, so should have a lot of footage of that to show you. And we are recording it as well. So, but there's so much else to see besides the wonderful music, although for me that is the absolute highlight. So there is somewhere above 4,000 people that come out to this event every year, dress up in 1940s outfits, enjoy 1940s culture, music. You are on a 1940s air base during World War II, and there's aircraft, there are cars, there was an air show, an air raid, which we're going to show footage of that as well. Lots of cool stuff to see. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour here. As I said, we are in the middle of the second intermission. There's actually 3 sets of music, which is just amazing to have that much Glenn Miller music in one night. Getting it all recorded for you guys to hear later, or actually you're hearing it now. But so yeah, let's just take a gander. We have a lot of people taking pictures, a lot of interesting things that you might see on a Army Air Corps base during World War II. Keep in mind that during World War II there was no such thing as the Air Force. That came later. It was the Army Air Corps. So there's a number of impersonators out here. We have Winston Churchill, we've got General Patton, and a whole number of different characters, both official and unofficial. So here's one of the vehicles they have out here. The light is just starting to, you can't see that very well, sorry about that. It's just starting to be sunset here, so I'm glad I started this when I did. Just so much to look at here. A lot of people volunteer their time out here to demonstrate things that you would see. Like I said, an Army Air Corps base during World War II, everything from the tents to the rations, the aircraft, the celebrities, the music, the culture, and everything in between. So there's a lot more aircraft over there. I'm going to actually focus on this area. This is really neat. This is called Victory Street, and it's a recreation of World War II's Victory Street in Paris after the VE Day. And they do a lot to honor veterans here, which is awesome. We're going to kind of go through this thing backwards. So let's go ahead and give it a walk. A lot of hanging lights and stuff. A lot of people in character. Lots of photo backdrops, photo opportunities, things to see here. Characters, people, lots of cool stuff that you can see here. A lot of people really getting character for this to celebrate and honor the people that were involved in this time of history, such an important piece of history. Again, it's super crowded, over 4,000 people this year. And I'm doing it backwards, I'm sorry, but this is Victory Street. There's the Eiffel Tower. We're going to walk around the front here and see what it looks like from the front. Look at these cool Paris lights. And there it is, Victory Street. Super, super cool. What a unique thing. And let's go ahead and see some of this cool stuff over here. I haven't seen all of this yet. There's just so much. I'm running around like crazy between the band segments to try and see what else there is up here, because the #1 attraction, as you can imagine, for me is the Glenn Miller Orchestra. So this is awesome. This looks like a B-25 Mitchell nose segment. They're doing photos there, which is super, super cool. Here's a car. More lights. And beyond this is like the food area, and there is a plethora of food choices up here. This is cool. Looks like different antiques, World War II era stuff. Let's see what we got here. Ration kits, helmets.
Plastic spoon for cigarettes. Which that one doesn't have.
There is one that does. I don't know which one it is.
And then the cans of
Whatever's in there, ham and eggs,
this case pork steak.
Super cool. And people, like you heard, taking their time to share their passion of this era. Here's some cars. Just beautiful. There's cars everywhere. There's backdrops everywhere. One of the highlights for me, and I'm going to splice this in because I did it earlier, was I actually got to meet Zuzu from, well, this guy's holding up a bomb. I bet you that's not real. At least I hope not. I got to meet Zuzu from It's a Wonderful Life. She was the one that said at the end of the movie, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And she's out here posing for pictures. And also out here is the 1919 Dodge Brothers vehicle that was actually screen used during the film, which is super cool to have. There's more vehicles here. Beautiful cars. They look somehow even cooler in the nighttime. I think the Bel Air is a little out of place, but still cool. Excuse me. The Bel Air is timeless. It can be in the 40s if it wants to be. Just beautiful, beautiful vehicles. And a lot of people everywhere you look, a lot of people. It's super, super cool. Stories behind all of this stuff. And people that are here and happy to share those stories with you. Cafe de Paris. Lots of cool snacks to have. Here's the food court area, I guess you would say. A lot of lunch wagons around, lunch trucks. And more cars. Can't go wrong there.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a great one from 1938. Linda Lorenz with Oh Baby. The band recorded it in 40. It was a pretty big hit, and I think it reached number 5 on the Billboard charts. The title that was given it is the phone number to the Hotel Pennsylvania in New York City. All right, sounds like you know what I'm talking about. All right, even if you're dancing, why don't you join in with the band if you know the words to it.
record shop here at the World War II Festival, and it is a gold mine. I mean, we are talking almost everything is big band. All these 78s here. I mean, I can't even, it took me about 40 minutes just to go through all this stuff. But we're seeing a whole lot of big band music, a whole lot of really cool stuff. Check this out. Complete Tommy Dorsey, multiple volume set. I picked up one of those tonight. Just a plethora, and the prices very reasonable, some as low as $10. And there's also these really cool sets, 78 sets, which we've reviewed many in the past, but some stuff you're just not going to see, you know, if you go to a thrift store or whatnot. Check this out. This one's really cool. Brunswick release, Red Nichols classics. This was the band that Glenn Miller, one of the bands he was in before he had his own orchestra. So these are really beautiful Brunswick 78s, and just gorgeous looking condition here. And these sets are only $25, so you really can't beat this at all. So I'm going to put a link in the description of this show of where you can buy this stuff. And thanks for coming along with me on this awesome visit to the 1940s. And what would the 1940s be without big band music, right? So anyway, thank you guys for coming along on this journey so much. Like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you next time. Happy record hunting.